Today, I want to hear your opinions on Fortnite. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channels, and welcome back to another talk at Clen, everybody. This is where I ask you guys to jump into the Discord server and talk at me. Tell me something, give me an opinion on the game. Guys, I don't want to keep you for too long. Let's get right into the video today. I think Chapter 4 has to be the weakest chapter, but it wasn't that bad. Chapter 4 didn't release any new mechanics besides hurdling, but all 4 seasons were great. Oathbound was good with gun shooting, swords that explode, and the kinetic hammer. Also, don't forget they added amazing POIs, lots of mobility with the bikes, and the graphics were the best out of any season, which is a W take. Season 2 was also another really good one with the kinetic blade, new types of cars and bikes, and also the new biome that came with a favorite POI, Mega City. Also, this season introduced the Loot Island, a feature that has stayed since. Season 3, the weakest season, was still good. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. I so agree with that. We got a new jungle, which wasn't cool to rotate in, but it was a first. We also got the new grind vines and the summer event, which though wasn't the best, at least we got one. This season also added temples with puzzles to solve dinosaurs that you could ride while using the newly added kinetic boomerang. Season 4, being the best of them all, had 3 new POIs, each of them having vaults. This season was just like Chapter 2 Season 2, with a new type of car and the vaults including old mythics. Then, also, the Halloween event, which was okay with the summer. Then the hype built up for OG, then it happened with Seasons 5 to X, with the end being to the Big Bang, which is just an ad but still good. Overall, Chapter 4 is a 9 out of 10 with no events. So, I have been talking about for a very long time. I know that I've been talking about on this channel, Chapter 5 is my least favorite chapter, but the first 4 chapters of Fortnite were all just about equally as good. They all had some special things in their own way, and Chapter 4 holds a special place in my heart. Wilds was good. I will forever believe that, and I was an OG Wilds lover. That's coming from, excuse me, my baby's behind me. I don't know if the sneezing picked up from the microphone, but anyways, before a couple years goes down the line, then everybody's like, oh, don't you miss Wilds a little bit? I was an OG lover, just like Cheese Curd. We love to see it. So Chapter 4 is a fantastic chapter. Interesting that the last season was your favorite, though. I personally loved Seasons 1 and Season 2 the best. Both of those are potential top 5 seasons in my opinion. This one, I completely agree with. I doubt the comments will agree. They should do more in-game game BR POI collabs like Borderlands. Imagine collabing with Overwatch and seeing an iconic map from the game put into Fortnite to play during the collab. Same with other collabs like Lethal Company, etc., etc. I agree with this. Pretty well every single time they've added a collab POI, I think I've enjoyed it. Like, I always think back to Season X, man. That's my favorite. Like, Borderlands, Gotham, that was so cool. But that's not even just that's just the beginning of it. Like, the Stark Industries update, even just the little ones that they do. Every single time they've added a collab POI, I think I've enjoyed it. If Epic were to make a collab season about anything, as long as it's good, I'd be okay with it, even if I don't care for the collab. That's how I felt about a lot of collabs. There's been a lot of things that Fortnite collaborated with that I personally haven't, I don't think there's anything that I haven't heard of, but there's been a lot that I haven't been involved in. For example, the vast majority of the anime stuff, like the Deku Smash is one of my favorite things ever. The Kamehameha is one of my favorite things ever. I know, before you say it, I know I've never seen Dragon Ball. I'm just beginning my giant anime journey, and those have been some of my favorite collaborations, and that's just an example. Hey, if they do it well, I'm here for it. Chapter 5 Season 3 is really good even after all the nerfs. They kept adding cool items in the ship, like the ship in the bottle and Ride the Lightning Guitar, and even introduced a brand new core mode that actually appeals to BR players. Also, items like the Nitro Fist and Splashes are still fun after the nerfs because you can just fly around the map fairly quickly. I also like how a car versus gunfight is now more balanced and can go either way, and I like the new desert biome a lot and would probably put it on par with Chapter 3's desert. That is a big hot take. I definitely still enjoyed Chapter 5 Season 3 after the nerfs. I like pretty well for the same things that you said, Watts. I liked all the things they added, and the new mode was fantastic, by the way. There was a lot to like about that season, but I did like Wrecked more when the cars were overly busted, but that's just me personally. I agree with this take here. They need to remove bots and skill-based matchmaking from BR. The only bots that can stay are boss POIs, but I hate it when bots actually take up lobbies. It makes it incredibly boring. Most of the time you see an opponent during early to mid game, and it's most likely a bot, and it makes winning games feel so unrewarding. And they should also remove skill-based matchmaking, in my opinion. That's why I find reload so fun. It makes the game more fun. Instead of going against people with similar skill level, you go against people with all sorts of skill levels. And that's one of the things I miss about Chapter 1. This I do agree with you with, but the problem is, You got to think about it from Epic Games' perspective, because if they were to remove this, you know the first thing that we would be hearing is how sweaty the game is and how Fortnite doesn't feel the same. The magic is gone. Metaverse bad. Donald Mustard would not have let me die the way that I'm dying right now. These guys, I don't have time to spend like 32 hours a day on the game. I just don't have time. These people need to get a life. That's what they're going to hear. That's exactly what they're going to hear. So I think what they do now might be the actual solution. I personally agree with you, Soldier. I personally agree with this. I love Reload because I don't run into nearly as many bots. It's fantastic. I love playing with people. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're really bad. I love the mixture. But unfortunately, nowadays, everybody wants a win just handed to them. And I know that people are going to disagree with that until it happens. Jam tracks are fairly priced, and I'm tired of saying otherwise. For 500 V-Bucks, you get 24 playable charts, 4 emotes, a lobby track, and maybe future editions, a custom playlist for radios would be nice. I understand that non-festival players will not use the charts, but that's still good pricing. If you get rid of them, that's still a lobby track and 4 emotes, which would usually be 1200. I actually agree with this. And I've been like, we've been talking about jam tracks and the pricing since probably the beginning of chapter 5, and I've always thought they were a little bit of a bang for your buck. I love the way you're looking at this in the sense where I just want things cheaper. That's the way people usually look at them. But from Epic Games' perspective, and I'm sure they have to give part of it to the person who owns the song, I think it is fairly priced, to be honest with you. I completely agree with this. Doesn't anyone get tired of complaining and not really doing effort to change? People complained about the movement and people complained about the metaverse slop that Sweeney keeps pushing out, and I don't see anyone actually doing something about it here. There are even times that I see everyone just lie down like a good dog and not even budging for change that the community wants to see. The point is, maybe instead of complaining about it for 24/7, maybe just don't buy anything and just leave and let Epic scorn from losing player numbers. Trust me, it works. Just something I left here. I'm going for the night. So here's the problem. That's never going to happen. You're never going to get enough people to just sit down and stop buying anything. Look what happened with the rarities. Everybody under the sun was like, I'm not buying anything from the item shop. And then what do you know? All they had to do was release Zuko, and then everybody was like down to see it. So it would be nice. And if Epic Games were to ever actually like do something bad enough that caused people to stop buying things, then we definitely would see change, but I don't think that's ever going to happen, to be honest with you. I don't think Epic Games is going to slip up like that much. With how fast paced and how often you're getting into fights, Reload should have Siphon. I completely agree with this. It's probably like, besides just flat out competitive, I think that it is the thing in Fortnite that needs Siphon the most. It makes sense. People constantly responding, people constantly landing on you, all the people in the world on such a small map. It 100% needs Siphon. I agree with that. We, in a year from now, need a Chapter 3 OG. Not just because Chapter 3 was the best chapter, but also for the storyline's sake and diverting the course of the Herald to save the 7, basically retcon the Chrome season, and all of Chapter 4's beyond a butchered story. So, interesting how you just ignore Chapter 5's storyline there. I'm not like digging at the comment or anything. I'm just wondering why you ignore Chapter 5. That's all, but I'm even for like, I don't even care what the reason is. I want to see a Chapter 3 OG. Chapter 3 was still peak Fortnite in my opinion, especially, give me Chapter 3 Season 1, please. Clombos, weather, I want to re-experience all that stuff. The Spider-Man if possible. Please, Epic Games, please. I think I see the picture that Epic Games has and why Chapter 5 isn't looked upon so fondly. First of all, they had to make a big switch from Donald Mustard to Charlie Wen, which since Charlie Wen is new, he is trying different ideas and figuring out what the community likes. Second thing is, Fortnite is trying out their metaverse idea and trying to make Lego, racing, creative, BR, reload, and festival is a lot of work. So that's why the game was not great in the first 2 seasons. But in Season 3, they took a step away from the metaverse and gave the community what they wanted. They nerfed the cars in the fist, removed cars and fists from ranked, they added a OG Fortnite mode, and now with them adding they're adding a big event at the end of Season 3. I think that once Chapter 6 starts with Fortnite, it'll be brand new, maybe with a better UI like they do with every chapter. Better UI like they do with every chapter, they ruin it each chapter. But other than that, I agree with everything that you said there. I've been talking about this for a little while on the channel. Wow. I think we are still in a transitional period in Fortnite, and I am so excited and hyped up to see whatever Chapter 6 is going to become. I'm going to cut them some slack for the first season, but after that, nothing but confidence from my end. I am so excited for the future of Fortnite. I am glad Epic is going to bring back Battle Pass cosmetics starting next season, but it is kind of feels like it's a 2 steps ahead, 1 step back situation, namely the whole styles coming back at different times thing. Now, we don't exactly know yet how things will go and how many stuff even returns, but it just feels off. Now, I get it that some people might not care for a certain edit style, but they make it sound like they would charge full for some edit styles, which again could be wrong because we don't know the extent how they would do it and how. Granted, we do already have many reskins of even item shop skins, but that could have easily been edit styles, but those were not previously bundled and now sold separate and at least gets a separate Lego style, I guess. I also wonder if they would want to do the same for edit styles of gliders, pickaxes, etc. Also, another thing is that they said they may still do exclusive items and battle passes, that they'll tell about that and things aren't set in stone and may come back after 18 months, which too still leaves an amount of fear missing out. And I hope most of the stuff will come back without extra weight because they always use the words may. So technically we could have battle pass skins not come back after 3 years that are technically not exclusive due to how the item shop works. In my opinion, the way this should be done is that after the 18 months, the cosmetics return in their own bundle, or even 2 sets bundled together if they wouldn't sell well. All of these either guaranteed to come back on the same day or one after another to keep a little hype train going, and when more passes start returning, these battle pass items could get their own shop tab. All of these would include every alt style they've had, with only exclusives being the super level styles and perhaps some certain alt styles for quest reward styles and such. They could have the system that certain old skins like Tomato Head have, and then after buying the skin you get the base style, but then you get a quest to unlock the alt styles for doing daily quests or something to keep player retention up, and that's about it for my rambling. It's interesting, and I don't know if my little one... Sorry if that audio is being picked up. I'll grab her in just a second. Yeah, we got a little bit of a visitor for the rest of the video over here. Somebody who just didn't really want to stay quiet. But anyways, about the cosmetics, like, I agree with what you said in the sense, like, where it's insanely confused. I'm sorry, I don't know what she's trying to get at. She's trying to get at something on the desk over here. She's leaning forward. I'm sorry, guys. Please let me know if this is something that you would not like to see moving forward, and I'll make sure that I only record when it's complete peace and quiet. But it's just one of those things. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be like, okay, whatever happens. They're probably going to start selling some exclusive styles separately. I could see them doing that. And I do like the way, Mark, that you had your original idea with this. I like the way that you presented, like, how you would do it. I don't see any issue with that whatsoever. Honestly, the new Battle Pass expiration system is kind of weird. There's no ever reason to ever not buy a Battle Pass when you were actively playing the game, holding out hope for the off chance that the skins you want in the pass will come back for over double the amount of the pass itself. A Halo Infinite type system where all future passes are purchasable at any point and can be switched at any moment, while also allowing old passes to return for players that had previously bought them to allow them to complete it. Without extra bonuses like Enlighten and Super styles would have a more consumer-friendly system, and it is the norm for many other games such as Halo Infinite or Helldivers 2. The system that Epic implemented feels kind of scummy and feels like another way for Epic to squeeze more money out of the players. Note, I was also never in the camp of wanting Battle Pass items to be accessible to everyone outside of the collab skins. I saw it as a reward for playing that nobody was entitled to a skin just because they like it. You know what? Honestly, it makes a lot of sense. It's This video's a disaster. Did my mic just pick that up? You just let out the biggest burp of all time. What do you think about the battle passes, baby? Look, guys, it's unfortunately one of those things that we'll never exactly know Epic's intentions until they bring it out. Like, well, they could just bring out the stuff. It's all fairly priced. It's all in one bundle, all the styles, everything. And they could also, which I'm assuming they're going to do, is sell all the super styles separately. It's a way for them to make money. It's understandable that people think it's scummy. But then again, they're pleasing a part of the community as well, so it's a really difficult thing to talk about, man. And guys, before we continue on, I'll stop you really quick. As you might know, we've just had this little one, and it's been so nice having my wife at home. So I've been going so hard on YouTube, guys, to try to keep my wife at home, make enough money, be the main provider for the family, which I'm absolutely going to be doing one day. So if you guys have not used a supporter creator code in the item shop, if you have it blank, please consider using code Clen in the item shop. This is why I'm grinding so hard on the platform, is for this little one and to keep my wife at home. It's been so nice. So again, if you are not using a supporter creator code, please consider using code Clen. That's the reason for it. Thank you for listening, guys. Let's continue on. I guess the main talking point is now, with how the story is going so far, and all of these apparent dead heroes and villains from Dr. Vaughn, that what do you think are the chances for Marvel Zombies for this Fortnitemares? And let's say they do go through with this. Would people be tired of all the Marvel characters and lack of originals? People usually complain about collabs being overwhelming and constant as is, but with the season being for them, I don't know what I want. On one hand, I'd love to see some classic Marvel skins they've dropped before with a new zombie remix on them, like the classic Spider-Man or the Iron Man Zombified. On the other, I feel like Fortnite can make some really cool original ones. What do you think? I think that both could be done properly. I think the Marvel Zombies would be super cool. I think Fortnite, and we've seen it before, I was a big fan of what Fortnite's done with their original zombies, especially like things like the Storm King, if you want to consider that a zombie. I think either way, it would be really hype, but the problem is, unfortunately, I am off the Fortnitemares train. I have no hope in Epic Games for them to make Fortnitemares good. The only hope that we do have is for Disney to be in charge of it. Disney to be like, hey, we need an absolute banger of a Halloween event, Epic Games, and Epic Games listens for that reason. That's the only hope I'm holding out. I'm very confident in the future of Fortnite. I love Fortnite, but when it comes to holiday events, things like Winterfest, things like Fortnitemares, I am officially losing hope in them. What do you think, baby? Hey? I think she's pro Fortnitemares. I think we want a good Fortnitemares event. But anyways, guys, I am going to feed this little one. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Check this video out on the screen right now over my little one's head here, because if you want to continue listening to Fortnite hot takes, you can check out another Talk at Clen video. I will see you over there or in the next video, guys. Take care, everybody.